I'm Jenna Love from the Somebody You Love podcast. I work in the adult industry, and my client yesterday did something that I thought was so brilliant that I just had to share it with you. He's somebody I've seen a few times. He's absolutely lovely. He does have some anxiety and hang-ups, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word when it comes to intimacy. Has some past history of negative associations with intimacy. So when he was stepping into the shower at the beginning of the session, he handed me his phone, and open on it was his notes app, and there was a little letter to me. And I'm paraphrasing, but it basically said, "Hi, Jenna. I really struggle to articulate myself when we're in the moment. So I just wanted to let you know some things about me. I really enjoy it when you do this thing. This is a thing that I'm actually really like about my body. And I think it'd be cool if you integrated a bit more of that. I don't mind a bit of that, blah, blah, blah." And I thought that was so cool. Obviously, I then was also like, oh my God, you've unlocked your phone and now I can scroll, scroll, scroll. And I kind of jokingly did that. But it did make me think, like, maybe if you were to take on this advice, you might want to like write it down on a piece of paper or something if you were concerned about somebody just having access to your phone. Because people do like to have a little scrolly scroll. I thought it was such a great solution because he handed it to me as he was going into the shower so that he didn't have to like make eye contact and see my responses and all of that sort of thing. But it also wasn't like in advance. It was, present in that moment. Of course, it's not a perfect solution. Of course, I can't just take that at face value and then go, great, I'm going to do all those things regardless of anything else. There may have been things on that I'm not comfortable doing. There may have been things on that he thought sounded really great, but then it comes down to it and he actually, so, as always, consent is conditional and it is ever evolving. But I just thought it was such a beautiful way of being able to communicate some things to me. It's a really common problem that we see in this work, and I'm sure people see it in their personal relationships as well, is just there's so many reasons why it can be difficult to speak during intimate stuff and assert what you need. It could be because of trauma. It could be just because, the world is very awkward about S. It could be because you're just like your brain just kind of melts because everything feels so nice, which is lovely in the moment. But then afterwards you're like, oh, I wish we'd done this. But in the moment I was just too like zenned out. On my booking form, it has a thing at the end that's like, is there anything else you'd like me to know? And it says in brackets, you might wish to tell me a little bit about yourself, which is obviously more for people I've never seen before, or let me know what you'd like out of the session. And probably like 50% of people either leave that blank or just write, "Hi, Jenna, looking forward to seeing you." Some people fill it out. Some people write a long thing. Like it's whatever you want it to be. So that's definitely something you could put in there. But for one, if you're in a place where SW is criminalized, obviously you don't want to be writing incriminating stuff. And for two, it can be impersonal. It can be a bit wild to just write all the things that you want on a form and send it to that person. And then, so I just thought this was a great way of doing that, where I was clued in to his needs and desires. And then, there was one thing on there that I needed clarification about. So you can't get away with having no person-to-person communication. But if that is something that you struggle with, I really recommend giving that a go.